Might I be of service? Please, a steward finds nothing more horrifying than being without a master or mistress. Well, perhaps Bolgan are more horrifying. But of course it is. Do you see anyone else of substance, another soul deserving of such a prize? Surely not. Sea-Watch was the first of the Ancilla castles, and the finest. But without its staff, it is a lonely place, its halls empty of the voices that once filled it. As your newest and only advisor, I suggest that we begin renovations. It'll be costly, mind you, but well worth the investment. Wonderful, my liege, wonderful. You will not regret it. The corridors of Sea-Watch will once again ring with merriment. That is, if there were people here to make merriment. If I might make another suggestion, it would be nice if you were able to convince the former staff to return. I would start with Connie, a rather quirky and elemental fey alchemist, who found a place in our master's heart as his gardener. Connie was unique, even among her own kind. The last we saw of the poor creature, she was being pursued by Bolgan, and I fear she was taken prisoner. Oh, Connie. She spent much of her time wandering the gardens of old Castle Ancilla, where the family lived. Of course, word has it that she was locked away by the Bolgan, poor thing. Really, my liege? You wish to know about me? Why, I am Bern Elgar, he who lives to serve his charges at Sea-Watch. Where to begin? Well, I attended to the young lord before he was master of all the lands before him. Then I tutored and served his son, young Master Droon. Ancilla was once a mighty name, a mighty line. Few like them remain, at least those of the old order. A time of when Loselfar and Dokelfar were kin. This castle was meant as a holdout against the hordes, a final martial bastion against the encroaching. And it did exactly that, if only in theory. Lord Ancilla commissioned its construction well into the twilight of his days, and it was finished just months before the Bolgan invasion. Months too late, it seems. Farewell.
I understand that you may be busy, but I would truly enjoy seeing the sun again. Is it still the color of Sky Blossom? Sea-Watch. Yes, that's what it was called. I enjoyed my tenure there. So many plants to talk to and mortals to observe. The Tuatha imprisoned us, the servants and advisors, when they invaded 10 years ago. Most of the prisoners perished of starvation or disease, the poor souls. Would you be so kind as to locate the key to this dungeon door? Solitude in no way agrees with me. Farewell. You are truly a mortal of my master's ilk. A generous soul like Lord Ancilla. I do not know where your fate takes you, but there is always a place for you at Sea-Watch. That is where I go now, to prepare the fortress for his return. Be well, and may your roads be prosperous. Goodbye.
My word, Connie is back at Sea-Watch. Soon all our ears will be buzzing with her disjointed prattle. How I missed it. Do you like what I've managed to do in your absence? Removing the rubble was a chore, but everything is possible with patience. Our next best course of action is to pursue Sea-Watch's old healer, the soldier Aryan Odai. He's a brave soul, one who enlisted in the army soon after the war began. Always one to fight for justice, Aryan joined the war effort in an attempt to win back our homeland. They say he's a sergeant now. It's well deserved. Farewell.
Well, I expected to see a lot of things out here in Caelid, but not the hero of Melson Shear. What brings you this far south? I am Sergeant Odai, twice decorated officer and now civilian escort. I guess you could say that I'm really working my way up the chain of command. Sea-Watch? Are you trying to rebuild that old ruin? If you're serious about this, then I would leap at the chance to be involved. But I cannot just abandon my post, not with my men depending on me. If you can find a replacement for me, then perhaps I can come with you. Perhaps... There is a young Alfar by the name of Private Cornall in the camp south of here. I have watched him for some time, and he would make a fine officer. Not far. He is often standing guard outside the small encampment south of here, near the gates to Castle Gastier. I was hand-picked by Lord Ancilla himself. He saw something in me before even I did. I spent my childhood with his family, apprenticing under an old healer named Glynis. When the Bolgan attacked, I was able to slip out in the confusion, but I'll never forgive myself for leaving the others behind. I honor them by fighting back. Oh, I never should have ended up here. My family's ship was tossed into the cliffs during a storm, and I was the only survivor. The Ancillas saved me. They raised me as one of their own. I may not be native to these lands, but they are the closest thing I've ever had to a home. No one has called me by my given name in years. I'm just Sergeant now. Been that way for a long while. I used to be a healer. but lost my gifts when the war came. Something about all the carnage, the death, it bled the magic right out of me. So I took up a sword. It was all I could do. We all need to carry our own weight in this tragedy, and mine is to fight. I have allowed 2 citizens to travel within my unit, which I probably should not do. But I have a weakness for those in need. Guess it comes from my past as a healer. Oh, Brune the Bard is not so bad. I actually knew him as a kid, if you can believe that. He is a little excitable, but harmless. I cannot say the same about Alof the Hunter. Strange sort, that one. He insists on staying outside our camp. Says we stand in the way of his quarry. To each his own. Goodbye.
It may be spooky, but the Kaled coast is gorgeous in the evenings. It's dangerous, though. I wouldn't go exploring after dark. And you are talking to me? The sergeant is a legend. Not just anyone can fill those boots, friend. I have fought in a number of campaigns, and without me, the unit would have surely been killed in Cursewood. Fine. If it is the wish of Sergeant Odai, then I will relieve him of command. I appreciate your vote of confidence. Sometimes one opinion can make all the difference. Don't go too far.
So you have spoken to Cornall? Then it's done. Good. Cornall is a fine soldier. One of the few who knows how to hold on to honor when everything comes apart. Under his command, these men here will be fine. Relief will be here soon, and with it a fresh group of officers from Melsenshire. Come, it is time to head to Sea-Watch. They were desperate enough to need an old, wasted healer like me. I've been in about 7 years now. Saw action in Fire Trench, and during the long siege. We're supposed to be marching into the Kaled coast after Captains Trav and Canwen. But reinforcements have yet to arrive. Goodbye.
Let me be the first to tell you how pleased I am to see Arian Odai out and about. What a fine Alfar. There are few finer. Of course, I don't do bad work either, if I may say so. Did you see the improvements? Progress is being made all over the castle. Only one member of the staff remains to be found. Normally, I would not encourage his return, but we need a merchant. He is called Astor Corleane, and he is dreadful. Rumor has it that he's prowling the spoils at Melsenshire, the scruffy little scavenger. The little carrion bird is likely hovering over a pile of bodies somewhere. The last I heard, he was picking through what was left of Mel Saint-Cyr. Farewell.
Hey there. Bad scene, isn't it? Real bloody. A massacre out there. Call me Astor. Astor Colliane. General merchant by trade. Not that there's much business going on around Mel Saint-Cyr. This place is a morgue. Worst soldier I've ever seen. She's in it for the loot. Then again, so am I. Takes one to know one, I guess. As good a place as any to run your business. It's got a roof against weather, 4 walls to keep out the trouble, and the sheets, well, they're softer than most. Ancilla hired me back when his people were in a bidding war against Gastir. I got him everything he needed, fast, cheap, and without anyone ever knowing about it. Good Alfar, the Ancillas. A stock worth investing in, if you're asking me as a businessman, that is. I liked the old lord, and his offspring weren't so bad either. Private merchant and enterprising individual, that's me. Astor Colliane. Competitive prices on competitive merchandise. Wait, you don't mean you wanted to know about me personally, did you? Not a chance. Is this a jest? Sea-Watch, that old ruin? Ha! You'd sooner find me picking loot off the dead. Actually, now that I think of it, that's not a bad idea. Let me consider your offer. At Sea-Watch, I'd have private access to the sea and a protected perch. Fine, I will do it. But first, you must get something for me. Private Edstar possesses a prize that I desire, a dagger belonging to one of the Tuatha generals who fell in battle. It would fetch a fine price. Bring it to me. You can find Freedy in the tavern or around town. Worst soldier I've ever seen. She's in it for the loot. Then again, so am I. Did you try the gutter? Or in a puddle of her own vomit? Tell you what, try the tavern, though she'll eventually wind up in one of those other two. Goodbye.
The hero of Saint-Cyr.
The war here's a bloody thing.
Yeah, what is it? Wait, I know you. Ah, I see. Kill any Niskaru lords lately? Guess I'm supposed to buy you a drink now, aren't I? Sure did. I've refused 4 offers for it, broken the nose of a guy who tried to steal it, and turned down one proposal of marriage. That dagger's mine. Really? You think so? I never thought about that. I'm walking around Chloricon with a target on my chest. We all are after Mel Saint-Cyr, but the dagger makes it worse. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's not worth the trouble. I'm so close to living through this war that the last thing I need is to die over a souvenir. Here, it's yours.
Need it? Ah, very good. Very good indeed. If you weren't so busy slaying Niskaru lords, you would probably make an adequate thief. I'd say stick to the slaying, though. I'll go back to Sea-Watch with you. But if that Baron Elgar starts to get on my nerves, I'm gone. That one is a wart on a Bolgan's ass.
A
Goodbye.
new day has dawned for Melsenshire.
My liege, it is done. The last of the staff has returned, and Sea-Watch has been reborn. Might I say that I have lived a long time and attended to many of noble birth and honorable disposition, but none compares to you. None at all. The castle is yours to rule as you see fit, my liege, and as always, your humble staff is at your service. Farewell.